Ba-na-na-na! Hello, heroes and peasants. What's going on? GamingNavi here. I hope you're all having a great day. I have not opened the game yet, mostly because I was worried about how that might go. It sounds weird to say, but I have opened this game once in the past, and it was a weird experience. Okay, so I gotta make sure I get this. Scoot him up over here. Now I'll go to capture devices. We'll just capture the game. The worst ending possible. Alright. Are you gonna capture the game? You gonna capture the game? If I make this my active window. Okay, I don't think it's gonna capture this game specifically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go refigure. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Apparently the Stardew window, the window I set up specifically for Stardew Valley, works perfectly. Game tab, baby. Okay, this isn't really a game. It's more visual novel themed, but it's like choose your own adventure style. It's really, really cool, and I love it. So I was gonna select English because I think that's what we all speak. Am I correct? Alrighty. Nami presents Bad End Theater. Content warning: blood, gore, violence, strong language. Enter. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. You will make many choices he says, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. The demon doll. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce looking... Well, I'm a girl, but okay. How you interact with the human doll? Play nice. Try to make friends with the human doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless. You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time, try controlling the other doll. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy just minding your own business. How you interact with the demon doll? Play nice. You and the demon doll are able to set aside differences and become friends. Why, this isn't a bad ending at all. I should have written out this possibility. It's just not suited to my theater whatsoever. Now you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, those behaviors will automatically be set to whatever you chose in the last playthrough. But now you can turn each one of these on or off, blah 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 blah. Try turning the doll's behaviors off and on to see the different outcomes. Demon doll, you're fierce looking. Play nice. Yep. If we turn that one off and set the demon doll to be wicked. Yep. Reset stage. Play nice. Yep, does that. Reset stage. We set this one to be this off. Basically, I think you all have gotten it just about how this works. We'll select choices and it will impact how everything works. Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax, collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Now then, without further... Oh, okay, let's start the show. Okay, oh, no, wait, stop it. What the If I scroll up and down the mouse pad, it goes forward and backwards and streams on the text. Yeah, I get it. So now we have to pick our 4 characters. The hero, the maiden, the underling, and the overlord. So, whose story do we start first? Now, I'm gonna pick the first story. We're gonna start off with the maiden. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village, next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the overlord one day, because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? You are in church. You pray to your god, asking why you've been born to this role of maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you better understand your role if you were just to hurry up and get captured already. Leave a note and venture forth to find a demon, just to, you know, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. I introduce myself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. Demon suddenly jumps and starts biting. A lot. How painful. The plan of yours was completely stupid, you think? Why couldn't you just have been made more... Why couldn't you have been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This was all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you are swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Here. Nice, y'all doing some good attendance. And now the maiden has been ended. And now we reset the stage. And now, you see the maiden is set to polite. So let's pick the underling, because we got to see their perspective. You're a demon underling, in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away from keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place staring at nothing. You feel you're gonna go crazy, you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. And they agree that she is kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only want to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Tell your friends that you're totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to do is to complain about is that you live so comfortably there's nothing to do. Those nod, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more forever than it's worth. But you're still gonna be a rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Gobble her up, or hear her out. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. You start devouring the maiden without so much of a second thought, and you feel quite proud of that. Other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. I'd find an audience for your evil deed. You wander into the nearby village. People are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. Do we put on a show or do we change our mind and leave? I'm gonna give y'all a choice on this one. I got the maiden killed and now we're gonna see what happens next. Show? Okay, put on a show. You attack the nearest human. He is old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. Your audience screams grow louder. Applause! You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running towards you. He takes you out in one swift blow. You're just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. The curtain closes. And now the underling is dead. Okay. I'm gonna be back. I'm having a headache coming on right now. So I'm gonna grab some water and some Tylenol. So it's gonna be a few minutes before I'm back, everyone. Miss Quinn, I'm putting you in charge, because Astra's not here and I don't trust Ref, despite the fact that I've trusted them enough to become a moderator. They are part of my royal guard, but I don't trust them to actually run things. Crud. I went all the way upstairs, got my water, and then I forgot that I need my freaking Tylenol. Like, I'll be back. Let me check the chat. Charging me. Right? No riots! No, you're not in charge. Miss Quinn, don't you dare put Ref in charge. Regina will burn everything. Okay, no, you guys would like that. Never mind, none of you get the power. Astra's in charge, and she's not even present. Suck it! Y'all couldn't be handled, can't be trusted. Alright, your princess has returned. I got my Tylenol, but... yeah, it does. I didn't even do anything. So Jester, right. And that's where I made my mistake. I should have known y'all would have done that. Astra would have at least tried something. Now, let's do the hero, because we did see him next. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from occasional heroic adventures, fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You are told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townsfolk people, though. You were born to play this role. You head off into your adventure to rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. Now, we have to fight them. I mean, after all, he's the hero. Should he or should he not? It's dangerous to... I didn't go off. I didn't get hurled. Stuff didn't get hurled at me. Hold on, I gotta go check to see if Tits broke or some shit. Yeah, it says Twitch is connected. No idea why it's not. Broke, I guess so. Ref, I guess redeem your point, refund. Run like a little bitch. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. Take your chance at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Do we ask if they'll let us in, or do we cut through the demon army? Okay, so we'll just ask them. You come up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down, you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chamber. Well, that was easy. The Overlord is alone, and you ask about the maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she really never here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says that she wishes she could help you, but you're the first human that's come in here forever. At least she knows of. You think about how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all, but you can't really prove she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. The maiden was never found. Useless hero end. And now we shall play the Overlord, because we haven't done that yet. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero, whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's the deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing, and if you're being quite honest with yourself, you don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself that if everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles, you won't let them bait you into being an evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to a higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stay in one place, guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? Well, we've seen this ending, so I'm actually gonna let this one play out normally. Tell them to get back to work. You give them a lecture about responsibility, unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy Overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fall asleep pretty quick. Just another one of your amazing talents as the Overlord. You're awakened by one of your underlings. They brought you a hero who inquires about a missing maiden. You tell him you don't know anything about, you tell him you don't know anything. Humans never really visit the place. He believes you and goes home. To your surprise, you figured he might try to fight you, but you're glad to get back to your nap instead. Until you wake up to something completely unexpected. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed in flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe if you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Fire. Overlord kinda girl failure. She's mine. Y'all can't have her. And now reset the stage, and we can disable all of these things. So that is just one run of, Bad End Theater. So, y'all will get to make your picks, make your choices on which characters we get to play, which order, and which actions. I will intervene and do actions that line up with the current story, but that will be the genuine extent of it. I'll fight you and smash for her. No, she's mine. Peasant. So, which one of you wants to pick the first character we play as this time? Are you a maiden, a hero, a maiden, an underling, or an overlord? Overlord again? Okay, we are starting with the Overlord. The Overlord, you live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think, except for those pesky humans. Alrighty, so we've read this dialogue all before. Underling walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts. Since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but why are they whining about it bothers you? What do we do with the underling? Do we tell them to go back to work again? Or do we grant them the day off? Let's see, peasants, what do y'all choose? Day off, day off! You tell them to take a break from the sitting castle, from the stifling castle atmosphere, and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say she's been getting very impatient thinking about her pending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you've never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just Go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maid seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she'll stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. Do we tell her to do we be antisocial and let her stay? I kind of want to pick this because mood, but this is your guys' story. I'll let you pick this one, peasants. Is this Yuri? It could be. But with a game title, Bad End Theater, what is this, Yuri? Antisocial? We're avoiding the Yuri at all costs. You'd love to have all the conversation well with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. You put on your mean face and tell her to get lost, but the maid turns out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her, but you also really want her to leave the castle in case something bad happens. This whole situation is just asking for trouble, you think. Against your better judgment, you let her hang out with you a little longer. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses that it's her surprise that demons are not at all what she expected them to be. You're glad she seems to have an open mind about these kinds of things. You also bring up how you always wanted to instruct your army to avoid humans, as to not agitate them and get heroes sent after you. That explains why people at my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? Well, we are very grateful. You're surprised to hear a thank you. You've always thought humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time, that you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughed at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. Oh my gosh, I think y'all just created Yuri. You can't tell if she's into you or not. Oh my god, I ship it. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time, it's a hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? After everything is explained, the hero expresses his relief that the whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any consequences. The maiden apologized for causing trouble, and a hero asked her to return to the village. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take the maiden away from you. Do we keep her here or do we let them go? One side, I feel like if we do let them go, that actually might lead to a good ending. I need to stop influencing. This is your guys' decision. Hi, Tiefling! We created Yuri! Keep her. Okay, the choice has been made. The maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. The hero, she won't let her take her home. The maiden assures you she'll be back, but you don't budge. Hero is cautious now. If you won't let her go, maybe demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice. You destroy the hero before you can steal your maiden away. She's frightened. You don't understand why. Did she say she prefers this place to her village? Now she doesn't have to leave. You take a step forward, a step toward the maiden, and she backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. The blood on her face. Hero's trying to get away with it. You had to kill him. It's Toxic Yuri! We made Toxic Yuri! You'll be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Y'all made Toxic Yuri! Selfish Overlord end. And there's achievements for each ending. Reset the stage. So now we must be the underling. You're a demon underling in service to the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's your friend still. Okay, so we've done this part. Heroes rarely come along. Blah blah, you ask your boss for a day off. She's surprisingly cool with it. Nice. You set on your adventure outside the castle. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. Tell her to quit yelling. When the maiden realizes you are not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she started talking to you like you're friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you, but why is there conveniently one language in the world? Demons and humans are independent social societies. Wouldn't it make sense for them to each have their own language? The maid is going on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line from what you gather is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it'd be very interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. They seem to be getting along just fine. So you decide it's about time for your nap. Yes! I got an evil demon princess! You don't have to sleep. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask what their deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out. And being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, that sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead? Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. Let's see, she's not so bad, guys. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask them what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Oh. Because I didn't see the subplot get even brought back at all with the main story, so I thought, cool, we'll just see where this goes. Okay, I should have let y'all make some choices here, I guess. Who's loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle, you understand, right? The claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. They slit your throat in response. Oh no! Oh no! That's awful! You're a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to the spooky demon's castle. You're told that you're fated to be captured. You think about how that hasn't actually happened to anyone, but who knows? You go to the church and pray to God. You get a bit bored, so you say, screw it, I'm gonna go find the demon. I'm giving the Cliff Notes version until a friend gets here. And yeah, she shouted out for a hero. The demon's put out by her sudden shouting and asks you to keep it down. You apologize. They seem more confused than hostile, which totally catches you off guard. Tell the demon your name, explain you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. Demon doesn't really seem to have been listening to you, which is a little irritating. I love this image! It's so look at him! Who would ever want to hurt this little guy? This is a mouse cursor, but I'm gonna pet you. You're a sweet little guy, alright? They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. Turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen, and then a hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems to be the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude. You just got here. Refuse to leave. Put your foot down. Tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. She's a little frustrated with your stubbornness, but she doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realize they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero after them. You realize this might be why you never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. She always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really, they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. Maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in my stomach. Oh my gosh, the Yuri is real! Okay, so I just want to make a little announcement that I just want to keep you all aware of. That my memory is correct, there are actual plushes you could buy. Let me go check. It says they're on makeship. I don't know if they're still a thing. Let me go open up a Google tab. Yes, I know I want to go to the external site. Let me go see. Dang it, no! I missed out and get the Overlord and Maiden plushes. I'm sad now. I could have gotten my Yuri plushes. I'm now depresso. This isn't fair. I wanted them. If you weren't broke, you'd cop. Well, unfortunately, they're sold out. As you think that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first until you realize that they must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks what's going on. Explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses relief that his whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. You apologize for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. Hero asks if you'll return to the village with him and give everyone the news of your safety. But the Overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. You tell her you plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. You feel nervous. The hero puts on a brave face for you. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The Overlord suddenly jumps the hero. She tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches in your throat. You watch, because you can't look away. Had she really been lying to you all along? You wonder if this is your punishment for questioning the divine plan. The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this was your destiny after all. She vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means, but there's no one left to save you. You belong to the Overlord now. If any demon overlords want to kidnap me, I just want to say I would love it if you would keep me very safe. I guess Yuri wanted those. I want more! I want them! Give them to me! Oh, hi, Mecha Ruben. Glad to hear you're enjoying Hollow Knight. And now I have to reset the stage so we can see things from the hero's perspective. You're the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life's been rather ordinary. You're told the man from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. What's a village next to the castle? I'll protect the townspeople though. You were born to play this role. Head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You can kill them to gain experience. Now I ask again. We have no idea what the hero's story was. He just ends up at the castle. Does he slaughter the creatures anyways? Or does he flee like a coward? What am I gonna do? Hold on. I'm gonna open up an eBay tab and see if throw hands. Okay, you're throwing hands now. Make ship bed and theater plushies shopping. I want to see if maybe someone's reselling them because I now want them. Oh god. This is bullshit. If you're going looking for like resellers, the cheapest one is the Imp plushie for $50, and the Overlord goes for around $200. That's not fair. I want them. I want them. Made quick work of the vile creatures stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you made it to the castle's front gates. You're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to speak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Do we cut through, or do we ask them to let us in? Y'all said no bitch hero last time, but what happens this time? Is he still gonna murder them all? Or does he ask this time? Hands are thought hands! You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are all evil demons anyway. The world is much safer with them gone. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. Find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord just as you suspected. But for some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Ask the maiden what's going on. She explains that she came here on her own and was never in any danger. She hesitantly asks why you're covered in blood. Wait, that didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. That didn't happen in the other characters' stories. You don't know how to respond. Overlord moves past you and out the door. Okay, this is entirely different. Y'all messed up the story! See your army, lifeless and bloody. Okay. She's wailing, it's horrible. This is your chance, hero. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all make this decision. So I put us on this path, but I'll let you all finish it, do we? Are we gonna kill our girlfriend? Or are we gonna kill my girlfriend? Or are we gonna just say it's a misunderstanding? You mean being bitch? Being bitch made us... I guess it was canon. We're throwing hands, I guess. Try to drag your blade to the evil overlord. Just screams, then falls silent. The overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done. Saying the overlord and saving a hostage. So the overlord and saving a hostage, they throw a huge celebration in your name. Oh. Oh no. Let's try that again. Except he's gonna be a bitch again. Flee like a coward. Ask to be let in. Let's see. Who's time to hesitate? Ask the maiden what's going on. She's never in any danger. Let's see what the original canon timeline was. The one that gets him dead. Pretty dangerous thing to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return home with you to reassure everyone of her safety. Rejects this. The maiden tries to tell her that she'll be right back. Overlord refuses to hear it. The maiden seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job to mediate situations like this. You tell the Overlord that if she doesn't let the two of you go, you have to assume she's evil, so you'll be forced to vanquish her. Then you leave me no choice. The Overlord pauses before suddenly jumping you. You are helpless as she disembowels you with her claws. How horrible. You came all this way, only to be met with this cruel fate. You should have destroyed these evil creatures when you had the chance. Your dying wish was for the maiden to somehow make it out of this alive. That's so strange! But then whatever happened with the demons who wanted to overthrow? Reset the stage. Wow, I didn't expect that. Alright, let's reset all of them completely now, I guess. Look, we barely have it. We almost have a 10th of the endings. Who do we play as this time? Means I'm gonna go keep looking at those. I just want my bad end theater plushies. Underling again? Okay. Alright, so we're gonna play as the underling again. What the fuck?
Hi, best buddy.
Oh, that was you! Oh god. Okay, look, I didn't know what that sound was, so you hopped in. I was just all panicked. Your reactive's not going off. What the fuck?
Oh. Did your food break?
I don't know. But I got you back on screen now. Okay, so I need to make sure I'm sharing my screen with this chat. Are you familiar with Bad End Theater?
No.
Okay.
When you asked me about it, that was like the first time I heard of it.
Okay. Well then, chat, I'm gonna let y'all make your decisions the next round. This time, I'm gonna let Grave make some decisions. My best buddy's here. So you get to pick one of these 4 characters. You're gonna make some choices. So tell me, which character do you want to tell the story of first?
Maidenless? Are you maidenless?
Do you want to tell this? Alright, so you want to tell... Alright, we'll start with the maiden. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the overlord one day, because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think about how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity? Who knows? You are in church. You pray to your god, asking why you have been born to this role of a maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if you were just hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon, just to, you know, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. What do you want to do, Grave?
introduce yourself.
Alright, introduce
The
yourself.
demon looked nice.
You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them they were just thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. The demon doesn't seem to have really been listening to you, which is a little irritating. Like that little guy. They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you've come. She squints at you. Turns out she never had any plans to capture any maidens, or to do anything that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might have been lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen, that a hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realize they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero after them. You realize that that must be why you never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. Says you can thank her by telling...
I understand what's happening. I
That-
understand what's happening.
Hold on.
This is oh.
Yes, we've ended up into a Yuri scenario right now. Just hold on. Cyber servants getting killed off by them. You always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives the same way as you, and you feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. Maybe the thing I said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you, who now? You think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You can't like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. As you think that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first. You realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. You apologize for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks you to return to the village with him and give everyone the news of your safety. The Overlord allows you two to leave, and give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. You're about halfway back to the village when you feel something is off. Unable to shake your concern, you look back over your shoulder. You stop in your tracks. The castle's engulfed in flames! Is the Overlord alright? You can't return to the village like this. You have to know. You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before the hero could even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush from the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your fists against the door helplessly. Or are you thinking, this is all because you've forgotten your role? Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick. You can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't got much time now. You desperately head toward the stairs to save yourself. But the fire spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the Overlord? If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended up like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Now you reset the stage.
What? What if I just shouted for the hero when I saw a little demon?
You didn't get... Well, we'll get to that next, because now you have to see things from the demon's perspective, because we now see what that story happens if the maiden is polite. You're a demon underling in service to the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place staring into nothing. You feel you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. Surprisingly cool with it. Nice! You set out on your adventure outside the castle. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to a nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. You are in a good mood today and rather curious about what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. You hadn't guessed it would be even possible to understand each other before now. The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it'd be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. They seem to be getting along just fine, so you decide it's about time for a nap. We are Walter screwed. What's that?
Was that it?
No, there's more. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning to bring a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out. And being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, "That sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead?" Your friends question your loyalty to the cause. Now, what do you want him to do? Do you want him to kill the overlord? What's that?
I don't know. I like the Overlord. She's pretty chill.
So, she's actually not so bad. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. They slit your throat in response. Wait, y'all can't hear Grave?
Aww.
That can't be. I have Grave fully maxed out. Let me go to my volume mixer real quick.
No, I can hear myself.
Okay, see, when you say stuff like that, I'm convinced my chat is gaslighting me. It won't be a first for them, if I'm gonna be honest. Navi, we can't hear Grave.
I can hear myself, but I'm really quiet.
Okay, hold on. I'll turn things down and turn up the volume. Let's see, we can't hear Grave. We are Walter screaming in the car. Let's find out what's happening with Gozuger. Tiefling is gaslighting me.
Oh, a ghost user? Are you talking about the actor who got fired?
Yeah, I heard about it. It's so bullshit.
Yeah, now there's a boycott on Ghost Future.
Good. You know what's sick? Seeing all the people like defending Toei doing this shit. Toei and the acting agency. It's both of them that are doing this shit. Like, God. You know what's crazy? I have some people like sending me pictures from like some of the shit that's going on with Twitter on this, cause I don't want to use the platform, and like just seeing Japanese celebrities and stuff, or like, you know, notable people basically speaking out in defense of this. Like Hideki Kamiya, the creator of Bayonetta and the Devil May Cry reboot that everyone hated. Him just going out, just, you know, talking about like how, oh, what a shame that, you know, what a shame. Imagine being the person who auditioned this role and finding out that it went to someone else like this. And even like,
wait,
yeah, hold on.
Hideki never did the reboot.
Wait, then which Devil May Cry did he do? Because I know it's in his bio. I've seen it in the past. Oh, I thought he was someone else. Okay, never mind then.
He's the creator of DMC.
For some reason, I thought he was just the reboot guy. Now look at these posts by him. Like, these have been DM'd to me. It's fucking...
Let me see.
This man is disgusting. Like,
Well,
this is a nation...
A lot of people.
Yeah, I've heard, it's like, interact with Hideki Kamiya once, get blocked. I heard my friend John say that before. But like, yeah, this is Japan we're talking about. A nation where Kimura Shibura, the voice of modern Frankie in One Piece, the voice of Vice in Kamen Revice, can do blackface and be openly racist. And he gets an entire... Not only does he get a leading role in an anime, well, in a show, he gets an entire episode basically kissing his ass. You can be the creator of Rurouni Kenshin and have so much CP on your hard drive, police think you're a dealer, and you just get a slap on the wrist. But oh no, you're a 20-year-old and you drink some alcohol, and suddenly you're the worst person alive. And then you look at how some of these other people are talking about it, and it's just like, you keep your culture stuff to yourself. It's like, motherfucker, how is this? How can you draw the line? How can you be okay with racism and PDFs, but think that, you know, this kind of stuff is wrong? Japan is fucked up, I swear. I'm sorry to go on a complete tangent like that. I don't care if they, you know,
No, I get you.
violate some of my rules for my own streams. I am a huge Tokusatsu fan. I like a lot of the media Japan makes, but at the same time, when you look at Japan as a nation, holy shit.
No, I understand.
Pisses me off. Alright. You're the hero. Your life has been rather ordinary. I'm gonna share the rest of the story you set up. And then we'll let the chat pick the next story. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You're told that a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You were born to play this role.
Hey, be the devil, buy one stuff.
Where the fuck are you? Okay, no, I'm just gonna use the group reactive instead of the individual reactives.
Yeah, use less resources that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Demons, and we're gonna flee like a coward. Because
my
the
God,
hero
okay.
shows up at the demon without blood on his hands. If you can't return home now, your reputation will be ruined. I wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue the maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. Take all the chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After a long trek, you made it to the castle's front gates, and you're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. You ask if they'll let you in. You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down and feel very uncomfortable. They seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was easy. The Overlord and maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There's no time to hesitate. Ask the maiden what's going on. She explains she's never been in danger, though she was never in danger, was captured of her own volition. And there was a pretty dangerous thing for her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return home with you to reassure everyone of her safety. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you casually exit the castle. You try to make conversation. What? What'd you say?
I said that was nice of her.
Ah. You try to make conversation with the maiden, but she's been pretty quiet since leaving the Overlord's Lord's room. Is she shy? Suddenly stops in her tracks, and you turn your head to ask what the deal is. Oh, the Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You can't help but feel relieved you got the maiden out there when you did, but she suddenly takes off toward the burning castle. Panic sets in, and you follow to try and stop her. Smoke is so thick, you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone at the castle gates. Your body won't allow you to take another step forward. No. Going in there would be suicide.
Wow.
You'll return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were
What a
too
bitch.
late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Bystander, hero, and B. And
Damn you,
now,
little bitch.
we receive one more time for the Overlord's perspective. You're the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's pretty cushy life. It's a pretty cushy life, you think? Except those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero, whose whole purpose in life is to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actually avoided pissing off humans in hopes to leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself that everyone is doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord you expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to higher standards like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place, guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? Grant them the day off, because she was nice. You tell them to go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient, waiting for an impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you've never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not at all what she expected them to be. You are glad she seems to have an open mind about these kinds of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, to not agitate them, and get heroes sent after you. That explains why people of my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. You're surprised to hear her thank you. You've always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time, and that you are actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that. She was saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. You're interrupted by another human near the doorway. This time it's a hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden, who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? No, not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Did anyone read the note I left behind? When everything is explained, the hero expresses the relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Let them go. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down into the comfort of your luxurious Overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon.
Maidenless?
You close your eyes for a while, until your door slams shut. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed in flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What caste will they rule if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards! You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them at hell. And there you go.
Rip.
That was the story you chose, Grave. How did you feel?
Grave, you there?
My apologies, my mic was off. I was saying being nice sucks.
Yeah, it does. Let's all be assholes instead.
Yep. As you can see, we can actually set some of these characters to act specific ways. So, let's experiment with this. Like, we shall say... There we go. We'll have a heroic and diplomatic hero, an underling who is just disloyal, and an antisocial overlord. And we shall make choices for the maiden, since we usually start these stories off with her. You're a maiden. You live in a peaceful village. You're told that you're fated to be captured. You think that's bullshit, but who knows? You go to talk to God about this. You're getting pissed at how long it's taking. So you decide to say, screw it. If destiny's not going to happen, then I'll go do it myself. Along your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. Alright, you two peasants, what should you pick? What happens here? We've already done polite ones. We're gonna do shout for hero.
Yeah, shout. Shout it out.
You yell, but a hero does not come. The demon is put off by your sudden shouting and asks you to keep it down. You apologize. They seem more confused than hostile, which totally catches you off guard. Tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. Tell him that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better. I loved him. I agree to take you to the master. Introduced to the Overlord. Ask why you've come. She squints at you. Turns out she never had plans to kidnap you, or to do anything that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying. It doesn't really seem like it. This doesn't make sense to you. I was been told demons would come to kidnap you. You don't want to believe you've been lied to along. Maybe it's that you haven't been maiden-like enough. Ask the Overlord what you should do. Who would be more man-like, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. Makes it sound so simple. Tells you again that you should get lost. How rude. You just got here. Alright. I'm gonna choose Obey her so we can get the obedient trope for her. Obey her. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way,
I just think they're from obedient.
Along the way, you encounter a hero. He asks you what you're doing. You don't know the... he asks what you're doing. You know the Overlord's castle is, like, right there? You explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve. You are upset that the so-called hero would treat you this way, and leave in a huff. You return to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. They surround you with thousands of questions, and you tell them your story. As you explain, the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone here. You notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You're loudly interrupted by an older man. He brutally calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Sorry, I feel like I need to keep drinking water. My throat's dry as hell. Hi, Faye!
Hi, Faye.
Hope you're doing well. Actually, hold on. Since Grave is here, I'm gonna go update the stream tile to include his channel. Playing with @Grave_phase. There you go. Y'all go refresh your stream so you can see a link to Graves' Twitch, and then go follow my best buddy. Drink more. Why do you say? God damn it, Faye.
I have
Been there, done that.
But I'm not a peasant.
Yeah, you're an ally.
Yeah, I'm best buddy.
You are best buddy. Something that stupid trash can wishes they were. And just
Oh no, say that to AI. AI can hear you.
oh, is that a challenge? Huh?
He's in the walls.
Sounds like you've challenged me.
He's everywhere.
Stream team, hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna
He's not streaming.
Hold on, I know. Hold on. I have a plan.
What do you plan on doing?
Nothing.
Wait, what? What are you doing?
Nothing.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Nothing.
I don't believe you.
I'll send you.
Top of the line,
I'll
Navi.
DM you, Gravy. I'll DM you, Grave. Just call you Gravy.
Only Harmony can call me Gravy.
I'm so sorry. Oh, just shot AI a DM.
Hey, at least AI's in my server.
I thought I was in your server.
Ew, you don't want to join my server.
Was I really not in your server? I thought I was.
You kept telling me like, no, I don't want to join any more servers. I'm in too many.
God, I really am in too many. You know what? I'll put the story on pause for a minute so I can leave some.
You're just doing that now because I said AI was in my server.
Well, no, I'm also doing this just because it's like, you know, might as well leave a few servers since nothing's really happening. I should really be doing this off stream, but but you know, I have the ADHD mindset. Do this right now while I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I get it. I get it,
Oh.
Wooly.
Also, I played Fortnite last night with some friends. I got 3 victories in a row.
Nice!
Nice.
But for some reason, I have no crowns.
That's dumb. Wait, that happened to me
don't know if
once.
it's like-
Remember that, Ref? It was like, Chapter
Yeah.
3, Chapter 5, Season 3, or for Season 4. You, me, and Freddy were playing a bunch. We got a lot of victories in a row, and it, like, only counted... I don't think it counted any of them.
Yeah,
so
like,
we
don't
never,
have
we
any
never did get our
powers.
crown for that. So weird.
Let's see. Okay, I can't get rid of this channel. This one's an old legacy one. Let's see. This is a streaming one with some friends. I only recognize like
I'm messing with my
one
DN
person,
driver.
2 people in this one. I'll leave this server. Let's see. Oh man, this is like therapeutic. Just finally leaving some servers. Okay, and I can leave this one. I only recognize one person here. So leave this server. Oh my goodness. And there's the A Live. I can't leave that one. There's Freddy's server. I'll leave that one. I don't. And there's Jade's. Okay, no, I've left a multiple now. I think we can stop if I go play games. Fairy Ally was flying. Because we have a gameplay. Everyone begins to speculate what actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing that they are horrible creatures we know them to be. So they say. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they've never cared to know? You wonder how you missed that before. You're seized by the
It's
crowd.
just humanity.
You're seized by a crowd, and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You are going to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder how it would have been better to hide the truth. You don't like the thought of that. You always lived honestly, so why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so sorry.
Lying is base, telling the truth is cringe. The end.
Executed
Everyone
me.
sucks.
Yep. And now if we go this pathway from any other character, we can now see what it's like from the maiden's perspective, because now we unlocked her obedient trait. So, I will now let the chat pick the next story. Faye, I will let you pick which characters we set up, which character we'll play as, and what traits we will assign the characters.
Everyone sucks. I hate it. The only ones I like is Maiden and Overlord. And maybe Underling.
Same. You're the bitch.
Because we keep treating him like one.
That's
He's
how
a
all
coward.
these are mostly bitch made.
But I do like the Overlord and Yuri ship, and Maiden ship. I love that Yuri. And it makes me wish I could have gotten the plushies when they were a thing, but no, I hadn't actually, this was on my backlog the entire time, just forever installed and never played. And now I have to make a correction. And now I'm...
It's why cleaning out your backlog is important. I say, as I have not finished Kingdom Hearts yet. I've been busy. Blame college.
Okay, so Faye's not really responding. Peasants, any peasant can now determine what things are currently set as.
Oh, really now?
Yes, I want you to pick one character. You had to pick one character to set tasks for.
Overlord.
Okay, what traits do we give her?
Tyrant and possessive.
All right. Which character do you want to select next?
Hero.
All right. Which traits do we give him?
Heroic.
Just heroic.
Yes.
Okay. Who's next?
Maiden.
All right. Polite or obedient,
Put
or
both
both.
of them on.
All right. So we'll play as the
For
underling.
underling.
No,
Hungry.
we're playing as the underling.
Oh.
You're a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. Well, that's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here, so here to challenge the Overlord anyways. It's a lot of standing in one place staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she is kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off the throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation has somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this into a responsible direction. The question is, do we overthrow or do we say let's not?
And let's bear this time.
Spare her this time.
Who am I kidding? Let the worker of the bitch.
Yeah, I was about to say, it said we've done this before. We've done let's not.
Yeah.
We always spare her. No, you're sick of this warlord, or this overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change of management. Your friends suggest maybe you should be the new overlord. You like the sound of that. You announce your first act of rebellion is to take the day off like you wanted. Your friends aren't very impressed. You assure them you'll talk more about assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle and have some fun. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Do we gobble her up or hear her out?
Eat her.
Alright, we are eating her. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. You start devouring the maiden without so much as a second thought. You feel quite good about that. The other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. People are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think it's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. Now, we've put on a show before. Should we change mind and leave? Or do we just want to do this again?
Leave. Let's try someone else.
You figure if people are this upset at just the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you'd commit. Also, they might fight back, and that probably wouldn't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day out has been adequately refreshing. You return to the castle thinking you'll take a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up rude. They're very eager to talk to you about the whole kill the overlord plan. You admit you haven't given it much thought, and only just now remembered it was a thing. Your friends are questioning your loyalty to the cause. Let's kill the overlord. Actually, she's not so bad, you guys.
Kill a
We already
bitch.
hit the not so bad. Let's kill her.
Yeah, let's kill a bitch.
Okay, let's kill the overlord. You tell them you were just joking and clarify that you're totally in it to win it. They say you were always terrible at jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of faux confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea where they want to go about this. They figured they just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs. Unless that's someone's guidance. Your guidance. They'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on, and while showing you debts make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want to come down to this. But you can't break down now. You have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You sneak into the Overlord's room. She's taking a nap, like usual. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. Time to die or chicken out?
Oh, check it out now. Kill. Stab her. Stab her. Stab her.
You figure the cleanest way to do this would be to dig your claws in her throat. So you do just that. She wakes up, but not in time to stop you, as you watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible. You reminded yourself it was either you or her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself be killed by anyone. You leave the room and find your friends waiting just outside.
This time.
They look pleased.
Lame.
Only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You're the new ruler of the castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear they will one day betray you as you had betrayed your overlord. Lord Underling, ending B. Reset the stage. And now we unlocked a third trait for the Underling. There's only one left for the Maiden, but I don't know which one it is.
Well, we better find out soon.
Alright, so, Grave, I want you to select which character we're going to set traits for first.
hero.
All right. What traits do we assign
Make
him?
Spamming down
Diplomatic.
B.
Diplomatic.
Diplomatic and heroic.
All right. So he will try to kill the Overlord, but does prefer to not solve things through violence. All right. Who is next?
Underling.
All right.
Just hungry and a coward.
He's a hungry coward. Okay. Who is next?
Make main polite.
So we're gonna play as the Overlord.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You are the
Doing the
Overlord.
every time.
You're the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's the deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes that they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing, if you're quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill the rules. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to a higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupt your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place, go to the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? Alright, Grave, what happens now?
Tell him to get back to work.
You get a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy Overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fall asleep pretty quick, just another one of your amazing talents as the Overlord. You're awakened by one of your underlings. They've brought you a hero who inquires about a missing maiden. You tell him you don't know anything. You must never really visit the place. He believes you and goes home. To your surprise, he might try to fight you, but you're glad to go back to your nap instead. Until you wake up to something completely unexpected. Before you knew it, everything is... Okay, we've seen this ending before.
That's why I heard the story over and over again. Gee, it's well to finally meet your other friends. In hell.
This is boring.
Because, like, the shtick of this is that there's 41 bad endings, and it is our duty to try and find all 41 of them.
Ending somewhere? Blackview story. I'll believe it when I see it.
So, let's see. How do we set the cast up this time? Let's play as the maiden so we can figure out whatever her third trope is. What should we set the hero to be?
Just diplomatic.
Okay. Underling, how do we set them?
Little bitch.
Just a coward?
Just coward. Just coward.
Okay, and then the Overlord?
Overlord
All
possessed.
three.
Okay, let's see how this goes. We're the maiden. We're told stuff. We keep think about stuff. We talk to God about stuff. We think about that stuff with God.
Bitch.
We write a note about stuff. We leave.
Real stuff.
Alright. We've been polite.
We did the shout for hero, but nothing happened.
Yeah, let's try introducing ourselves this time.
We explain things to the little guy. But of course, he's a little sweetheart. And they take us to their master. We're introduced to an Overlord. She lectures the underling that brought you here, who was apparently told not to leave their post. You wonder what cruel punishment awaits them. But to your surprise, she lets them off easy. The underling is dismissed, and the Overlord turns to you, looking very interested. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. Turns out she never had any plans to capture any maidens, or to do anything that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. Blah 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 blah. What to do? Go home. Stop worrying about destiny. Lose you again to get lost.
Used to leave.
You refuse to leave.
Go
Put your
back-
foot down, tell
go
you you're
back
not
last-
going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. She's a little frustrated by your stubbornness, but she doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray. What the Well, we've done this before.
Yeah, but the wait, no,
Even is the difference this time.
yeah, they're the Overlord's possessive.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Here enters the room. Seen this. Sure that we never any danger.
Been there, done that.
We come to the village. Overlord rejects the hero's suggestion. You tell her you plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. We've seen this before. She murders the hero. And then... Okay, so we've seen this. I guess this does give me an idea for a setup. Hold on. So we leave her as... Okay. So we leave it all as this. We're going to play as the underling. We're going to see things from their perspective. Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. We need to take the coward role. Blah, blah, blah. Hear her out. Because he guides her to the boss. The Overlord asks you where you found this maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. Apologize for disobeying her, but hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says that everything is cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You imagine how you can't believe you and her friends even considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look and you say, that was the joke, of course.
Was it really, though?
She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's time for a nap.
They're gonna be like, oh,
You don't get any sleep. You have to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them stepping in pretty hard. You ask what the deal is. They said they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current Overlord. We've seen this part. But every time
yeah,
we
but
get...
we didn't chicken out.
Yeah. So we're gonna say, okay, let's kill the Overlord.
Let's go get that son of a bitch.
Joking. Let's see. Your friends, your guidance. I want you to be the assassin, but you stay up the Overlord's room. But there's a couple of humans inside there. You watch the scene unfold. You're unsure why, but the Overlord suddenly cuts down the hero. She approaches the maiden you brought it to her earlier. But with the Overlord distracted, you figure this is as good a chance as any. You launch a sneak attack, getting her right in the back. She flinches, giving you enough advantage to take her down. You rip the Overlord apart until she stops moving. That was messier than you would have liked. The maiden mutters something in the corner. Thank you for saving me. That was your intention, but it sounds like you did something heroic. You tell the maiden to go home. This place is dangerous. She follows your advice and leaves the castle. Your castle. You are the new Overlord. Okay, well, that was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
So, hold on. So that's what happened if we... So, we had to set up as a coward when we did these things initially as the maiden. Let's try things from the Overlord's... Let's try things from the Overlord's perspective. We'll still be a tyrant. See how we react to the whole revolution thing. Blah, 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 blah. We've done all this. Tell them to get back to work. Going back to the castle. You scold them immediately on this guest. You listen to this guest. Set them off easy. Wait, is that it? Nothing changes?
I have an idea this time.
What's up?
We actually have the hero kill the Overlord.
I mean, I have to go act... Okay, hold on. Talk to you more. So we're being antisocial, so we want her to go home. Blah, blah, blah. Let's thank her. We've seen this all before. Another human. Explained, so now we have to be possessive. So kill him. She's like, friend, you understand why? She didn't say she prefers this place over a village. Now she doesn't have to leave. Understand. She wanted to stay here with you. The hero was trying to get away. You had to kill him. Save you. Wait! But the... Oh! I forgot to set the... underling back to disloyal.
Oh.
Okay, so I have to redo all that again.
Yeah, let's run it back.
Antisocial. Possessive. Something sharp pierces your back. The hero? No, he's already... It's one of your underlings. The maiden screams. Your servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. You've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Your blood is everywhere. You can't believe this has happened to you. Why has this happened to you? You've been slain by your own underling. Betrayed overlord NB.
What if we saw it from the maiden's perspective?
Yeah, sure. We can do that. You're the maiden.
You want to unlock the third one.
Okay, so she was polite. And we refuse to leave. Okay, the Overlord stops, or rather, someone has stopped her. Whatever held back your scream before doesn't stop you this time. The Overlord is being ripped to shreds by one of her demon underlings. You think you recognize him, but it's hard to tell with all the blood. Everyone stopped moving now. The room is silent, save for the underlings' heavy breathing. You thank them for what they've done, even though it was awful. You feel as if you've been rescued from a terrible fate. They look at you, confused from them, but then puff out their chest. You should probably go home. This place is dangerous. You follow their advice and make your way out of the castle. You decide never to leave home again for the rest of your life.
Okay.
We got almost half the endings. Look at that. 16 out of 41. Alright, so that's... There's some third trait for the maiden, and I don't know what we're doing wrong to not get that.
So what about heroic? Turn on heroic for hero. Just heroic. And do tyrant and possessive for...
How about the underling? What do we set them to?
Overlord.
Maybe we try hungry.
Well, no, because then the hungry will just kill the maiden, wouldn't it?
Well, that's only if we are
Oh, you're
polite.
right.
That's only if we're polite. What happens if we still try and, shout for hero?
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Alright, let's see.
Let's run this way.
Okay, so blah, 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 blah. Me a demon. Shout for hero to come save me. Hero does not come. Oh.
Well, that was quick.
Well then. Consumed maiden end. Was that... Okay, we have received that ending.
Yeah, just turn underling to coward. Or coward. Not hungry though. Yeah. Heroic, blank maiden, coward underling, and tyrant possessive overlord.
Maiden. So do we still shout for the hero or do we introduce ourselves?
I don't think it matters. You'll still go to the thing regardless, right?
Yeah.
Tell them what's going on. They take us to the master nonetheless. What the punishment awaits them, but to your surprise, sets them off easy. The underling is dismissed. If it returns to you interested, with squints at us. Plans. Big sound. Blah blah blah. We've seen this. Hero enters the room. So he dashed forward, sword drawn. Oh, there's the martyr. That's what the trope is. Okay, so we have to do that now.
Oh.
You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny, you think. You never could have imagined this would be the way you die. The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You're glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone, rather than being saved yourself. Well, damn! Now we have to play things from the other perspectives.
I need more.
So, okay. So we'll leave the maiden as a martyr. You're the hero. You're a pretty swell guy. Maiden. Okay, so. I have an idea. We're gonna be dutiful here. Actually, you know what? That might have been a bad idea. Hold on. Feel like a coward.
I'm like a bitch.
Oh, crud. I have to make a decision on this one.
Beautiful.
Yeah, okay. Because we need...
Beautiful, yeah.
Now we have to be heroic. But your blade pierces the maiden instead. She has sacrificed herself to protect this demon. Takes you a moment to recover from the shock. The Overlord wails. Why did you do that? You're not sure if the question is directed at you. The Overlord strikes at you in a vengeful rage. You parry, and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. You look at your hands, your clothes. Blood. Blood, so much blood. You look at the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the Overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demonic magic. You pick up the Overlord's head, wrapping it around your cape, and begin your long journey back to town. You will say that you were too late, that nothing could be done for the girl, but the Overlord is slain. There will be celebration.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, what about
Now I
from the
feel-
Overlord's perspective?
Sure. We'll do that. Overlord. So we... This was under the grounds that she was a tyrant, if I'm correct. So,
Yeah.
get back to work. It brings us a maiden. The maiden's all cute and junk. Seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role maiden-like. And do we...
Understand.
Yeah, okay, because we didn't select antisocial. This maiden is different. You joked that maybe been lying to her this whole time. Blah 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 blah. It's so sweet and super cute, Yuri. You notice the sound of battle have... Well, you know this... You know sounds of battle have started ringing. The sounds of battle have started. Grammar. The maid is getting nervous, but you're really sure that it's only your underlings roughhousing. No big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. Oh! But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there unsure of himself. He is covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero and turn to the... and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Oh, this is different than... Okay. Oh, this is so much different. Did he think she needed rescuing? There's no one for this hero to save the hero. Oh, this is different entirely. Oh, never mind. It did turn out the same way.
Ooh, damn.
She pierces her chest and she falls to the floor lifeless. As a pool of... This hero has taken everything from you now. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated, but your hatred for the humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them all, become rule of the entire world. Hell yeah, girl boss. Okay, hold
Like
on.
boss girl.
What about possessive but not a tyrant?
No, hold on. So for like the last few runs, we had her as both tyrant and possessive, right?
Yeah, but what if he's
Okay.
just possessive,
Hold on.
but we
I'm
still have a...
Hold on, I'm gonna try
we, still have,
something.
we have like a loyal underling.
So we're gonna just... Feel like a coward. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. Diplomatic.
Okay.
Destroy the Overlord. Okay, here we go. Just like what the original story went like. So now we see things from this perspective, and she still has demons to take care of her.
Yeah.
Takes a moment to recover from the shock. The Overlord wails. Why did you do that? You're not sure if the question is directed to you. The Overlord strikes you in a vengeful rage. You parry, and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. Your hands. Blood, so much blood. Okay, but now
Yeah,
there's still an
he's
army of
used them
demons,
before.
right? So this is the exact same ending.
Yeah.
Okay. But now let's try things... Will things be any different from here? Because, you know, there's still demons around now. So Tyrant. Let her stay for a while. Before you know how to react, he makes his move, and the maiden makes hers. She's used your own body as a shield. Shiver you. Why has this happened? Maiden falls to the floor, lifeless as the pool of blood beneath her grows. So does your rage. The hero is taking something precious from this world. You lose control. The hero is obliterated. So is this the exact same? Does the uprising not happen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's still neat.
What about just dutiful, not heroic hero?
We still leave Martyr on?
Yeah, keep Martyr.
Okay, what about the underling?
Just keep Lunderling as coward.
Okay, and then we shall play as the tyrant however we feel like from here.
Yeah.
The Overlord. Blah 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 blah. We've all seen this before. This is like what, the 15th run we've done tonight?
They can skip all of this.
Yep.
We've done a lot of runs.
So do we still want to be a tyrant here?
Grant them a day off.
Okay, we'll give them the day off.
Be nice for once.
They thank us and they happily scurry off to do who knows what. So the maiden goes on to say she's been... Oh, the demon didn't guide her back this time.
Oh, that's different.
You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform you never had any plans to capture humans. She's disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not perform my role well enough. I think this world puts way too much focus in junk. She seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this, but she insists that she talks to you more. You feel warm inside. She looks into your eyes. It's the first time humans looked at you. You don't know what to say. Do we still try and get her to go home, or do we let her stay for a while?
Let her stay.
She just got here. Oh, she's so sweet. Expresses that her surprise. Aw. Bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans and not agitate them. Surprised to hear her say thank you. You always appreciate stuff. Humans are super violent, despite your efforts to leave them alone, but she's different. You joked me been lying. God, why couldn't I have been a fan of this sooner so I could have gotten the Demon Lord plush? It's not fair. Well, then if I got that, I would need to get the maiden, and then I have to make sure the doomed Yuri is forever together.
This is why we clean our
What the fuck was that, ref?
clean our backlogs.
No, ref, your audio.
Your mic. your mic's all fucky.
Oh, god damn it.
Did ref get auto-tuned? You know, it sounds a battle of re-unringing your castle. Okay, we've seen this part before.
What about now?
You're still... Nope, not any better, buddy.
Now.
Nope.
Now.
Okay, nope, you're still... Try exiting the call and... Try exiting the call and re-entering. Here starts babbling insincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoings, but you are far beyond hearing this kind of bullshit. You've had it with these humans, always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there's nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. Oh. Damn.
So, now what?
Nope.
Okay.
You're still the same, ref.
Okay, ref, try leaving the call and re-entering or something.
I just did.
Ref did that already.
It didn't look like it.
Something else.
Ref, restart your computer.
No,
I can't even understand ref at this point. So we did... This just says the Overlord is just a general tyrant here. Let's try things from the maiden's perspective on this one.
Hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
now we go.
Fucking mobile.
Alright, so this is... So we just left her as a martyr, so... Shout for hero to come save us. Okay, but wait now, the demon's still here. How can that be? The hero was supposed to murder the monster.
This is weird.
Yeah. Anyways, let's... She doesn't try to... Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with the overlords makes you feel butterflies in your stomach. Then a hero barges into the room. His clothes are stained by a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon, too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you're never in any danger. The overlords walk past the hero and out into the hall. She's wailing. You only guess what kind of horrible scene he's left for her. The Overlord tears the hero apart in retaliation. You watch silently, unable to scream. The Overlord, who had just been getting along with so well, has killed another human right in front of you. It's clear now that you had been deceived by her sweet words. Demons are ruthless monsters after all. You slip past the Overlord and make out of the blood-soaked castle. You never look back. Damn.
I don't think people just like talk or anything.
Okay, hold on. Let's set Martyr again because we keep doing that. I'm gonna try being things as the hero and still try and, be dutiful. Let's see. So, slaughter the monsters. And then, okay, we slaughter more monsters. And this is where we ask what's going on. She explains that she came here running free well, never any danger. She hesitantly asks why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The Overlord moves past you and out the door. To see your army in lifeless, bloody piles. She's wailing, it's horrible. This is your chance, hero. And this is where he still tries to say, this is all just a big misunderstanding. All this in life, you just explain yourself. You really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. She tears you apart and the maiden watches in silence. Your daddy can't help but think you probably deserve this. Damn. Let's try it one more time.
1 stupid games, 1 stupid prizes.
Oh my god, this game is so cool. I love this. Ask the maiden what's going on. Now we'll take the heroic ending. You lunge forward to put an end to the evil Overlord. But your blade... Oh god, I forgot I left Martyr on!
Yeah, I was saying, what if he did it without her getting herself killed?
She has sacrificed blood to protect this demon. It takes a moment to recover from the shock. The Overlord wails. Oh, we still killed her too. Okay, so yeah, we've seen this all before. We know what happens next. Reset the stage. Alright, let's... Oh, that's actually a new ending. Okay. We're at 21 out of 41. We are officially over halfway through. Let's see, we're about... Gosh, we're a little over halfway or just under halfway for all characters. Damn. It's difficult to try and figure out, which ones we should do to get all the possible endings. No, don't replay the tutorial. Okay, I kind of want to just do the underling, but what do we do for everyone else?
What if you did the... Okay, so the maiden side,
Yeah.
Heroic tries to kill the Overlord, but you don't do anything.
So we disable
Martyr.
Martyr. Okay, so we'll try this one more time.
Yeah.
No, not through the hero's perspective, through the maiden's perspective.
Hold on. We're gonna try this one more time and see what happens if the maiden doesn't try and sacrifice herself. Cut through the army. So we ask the maiden what's going on. And now we try and stab the Overlord. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. Okay, I think we've seen this before. Let's see, we still at 21? Yep, okay, we've gotten that very ending before.
But through the maiden's perspective.
Okay. So this is where we just shout for a hero to come save us. And then we do nothing. Hero smiles, holds his hand out to you, saying it's time to go home. His glove is stained in blood. Hesitantly, you take his hand. The hero guides us to a castle, past the corpses of his enemies. You try to keep your eyes at your feet. There's blood everywhere. catch your eyes, but even then, you can't escape the smell. All of this was because of you, wasn't it? You exit the castle, and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festivities regardless. Okay, that's a new ending! The complacent
Okay, what if
maiden.
you do it? What if you do it without the hero being dutiful? Through the maiden's perspective.
That one's gonna be difficult, because if we do dutiful, it's just him wanting to kill the overlord. So that's him if he doesn't kill any monsters at all, effectively.
Well, that you would still try to kill.
Okay, so we'll do dutiful, turn dutiful off. Shout for hero to come save us. And then we do nothing. Okay, I think we've seen this specific ending. Rise at the feet. Because of us. Complacent. Okay, apparently, is that it? Yeah, no. It's apparently the same ending.
What about a diplomatic hero,
Okay, so we go for...
but a possessive overlord?
Is she still a tyrant?
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, probably not.
Not be a tyrant.
So we have a possessive overlord, a coward underling, and a diplomatic hero. That's it?
Yep.
Okay. I think I know how this... I think I know how this one ends. I think we've seen this very ending before.
Well, let's try it.
So let's skip... Okay, so how do we want to interact with the monster?
Just introduce yourself. Be nice.
Alright, since he's a coward, he doesn't want to fight us at all. Skins at us. And we already know where this is going. Oh! Hold on, what the... No, hold on. You can't do that.
What happened?
Okay, basically...
It's the whole thing.
Look, okay, we've seen... What I was gonna say was, we have seen this ending before. Basically, because the hero is diplomatic exclusively, he will only try talking to the overlord because we set the overlord to possessive. She murders the hero in cold blood, and the maiden is, looks on in fear and terror as the overlord says that she's gonna keep the maiden very safe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, what about when the underling was hungry and ate the maiden,
Yes.
but he still went after the village, didn't turn around and left?
Okay, so we want to... Okay, we'll play as the underling for that.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we want to set the hero for?
Do heroic.
Okay. So blah 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 blah. She oh, we didn't set whether she was a tyrant or not. So we got to have a fun day outside anyways. And now we'll gobble her up. And they're all running and scary tear, and we'll put on a show. And there's human is old and weak, his bones crunched. That's pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. And then this guy comes to kill us anyways. That was totally worth it. Let me reset the stage. If I set this dude to diplomatic, let's see what happens then.
Diplomatic. No, I was like diplomatic, not heroic.
Gobble her up. Put on a show. Do we just die every single time we do this? Okay.
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it with heroic.
An event at this point.
It's a canon event. Put on a show. Okay, so putting on a show leads to death no matter what.
An event.
Let me see. When we set her to be tyrant, can we change that at all? So we'll throw her. Still go outside. We'll try eating her up now. We'll put on a show.
No, the hero's still gonna kill you.
Okay. Oh, wait. I have an idea. We leave that exactly like that. I mean, you have to go be the hero.
Yeah.
Hero. Hold on. It's the maiden, but the monsters, Dean soldiers block our path. So if we slaughter the evil creatures. Then let's try cutting for the demon army. Hold on, I have an idea. Ella appears, defending to know what the hell you're doing, murdering all your soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. Maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can only see one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about the poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You've become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before this final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. With a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. Search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. As you suspected, she must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished to this world, but what does it matter if you were too weak to save someone? You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return to the Overlord's minion. Oh, dang. Okay, failed hero end. Alright, I'm gonna try this one more time.
One last job.
Hold on. We'll kill these creatures. And see if we can be diplomatic here. No, it's the demon blood from earlier. You haven't got the chance to wash off yet. Whoops. You have no choice. Okay, so this still forces us into this perspective.
The illusion of free choice.
When murdering all her soldiers, you get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. You feigns ignorance, convincing act. The maiden isn't here. Then what happened to her? You only see one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. So this doesn't change anything. The most we got was one specific scene.
Straight diplomat.
Failure here and okay. So leave him as diplomatic now, and we shall now play from the Overlord's perspective. Anyways, let's see. We shall tell him to go back to work, be a tyrant. Underlings, they've brought you a hero who... Oh wait, crud, I should have sent him back to dutiful.
Damn.
Vision goes home, you're surprised, yep, because now the revolution will happen. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? Because I'm chugging your own blood. Okay, okay, so we
did that again. What if you did that again, but the underling was a coward?
Okay. I said, hold on.
As
I'm going to set him back to this. Still get our ending of what happens if, you know, the maiden dies prematurely. Blah, 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 blah. Time to get back to work. Oh, crud, no, go back. Soldiers here has shown up and slowly started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out to the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reason for doing this. He yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you were holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You're unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs at tips and cuts you to pieces. You fall.
Oh, damn.
You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be an overlord in the first place. Truth was, you were never that much more than a powerful demon. The demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are your thoughts, as you are swallowed by darkness. Okay. Oh! There's a dialogue tree. There's a tree for this stuff. Look at this.
There's one this entire time?
Yeah. We could have... Okay, I
see. Not to have ages ago.
This is helpful. Okay, so we just get here by... So the maiden has to live to get here. And we get... Okay, so just the Overlord awakens in general. This is if the underling is a coward. That leads us to a bad ending here. But this is a case if the underling is disloyal. Looks like the hero serves a role in that. Okay. Guess we're trying to figure out how this reads is confusing. Overlord lets the maiden hero go. Okay. So I think these timelines here are basically if we've seen them from the perspective of other characters, not us.
Yeah.
Okay. Diplomatic. Claims the maiden as her own. Possessive. Bad ending. The Overlord gives the maiden all to herself. The Overlord sets her sights on the world. Domination after the maiden is killed. The Overlord destroys the hero. So this is... Have this day off. Stay... Allows the maiden to stay in chat. And then we go up here. We have a dutiful hero. We then have a heroic hero. And that leads us to whatever this is. So let's do that. We shall set hero to be diplomatic and dutiful. It does not sound... And disable the maiden from being a martyr.
Right.
Okay, so he's dutiful and heroic. It doesn't sound like the underling matters at all. And we just need to be kind to him. So it looks like these are the only two things that matter. Hero and Overlord. So we have to let him have the day off. And then we can let her stay for a little while. Blah, 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 blah. All this is happening. May's getting nervous. Oh, wait, hold on. The sound of her bows start ringing through your halls. May's getting nervous. Probably. Hero bursts in your room, but he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't you stop? Why did they stop him? The hero stands there unsure of himself. He's covered in demon blood. You're not thinking clearly. Did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come from the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? Why has it turned out like this? You feel sudden sharp pain through your back. You see a blade protruding from your chest. Ah, that was careless of you.
You could have been impaled.
So this is how you die. Stabbed in the back by some cowardly hero. What a joke. You're supposed to be the ruthless one. That's right. Humans can't be trusted. None of this is what they're capable of. You should have remembered that before letting one in. You watch as the hero takes the maiden's hand, leading her through the sea of corpses he'd left in his wake. Captured by a demon. At least she got what she came for. You join your army in eternal slumber. Oh, nice! That's still really cool. So there's only two endings left for this, which are these endings. This is just like an optional scenario we can get into. Okay, so let's see what we have to get to here. The Overlord lets the maiden go. Okay, so let's see what we have to do. So Overlord lets the underling have the day off. And she has to come to the castle, she has to be obedient, and then we let the maiden go. Okay, and that'll lead us to whatever this is. Gotcha! Okay, so. We have obedient, we will set you shouldn't matter at all. And then let's see, what does that say we need you to be? We need the... Okay, so if he's disloyal or not impacts one of these endings. We will set him to be disloyal first so we can get that. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, did it matter if we were a tyrant to them or not? That's a lot of
I'm not sure.
I don't think it mattered. I don't think it mattered.
We shall... They're disloyal, so let's give them a reason to be disloyal.
Give them a reason to hate us.
Tell her she better go home, and she's obedient. Takes her leave, so you may as well go back to bed now. If you don't get to rest very long, you... Wait. Okay, so I think this is why... So assassinate Overlord ending.
Yeah, that's why you do cowardly for
Yeah.
for minion.
Let me see, hold on. Okay, no, we didn't get there at all. Oh, okay, so... Hold on. So I can be a tyrant or not, it doesn't matter. But we just need the maiden to go home. Maiden goes home. Or... It's the maiden and hero go. Okay, so both the maiden and hero need to be here. So we need a diplomatic hero. Okay. We need an obedient maiden and a diplomatic hero.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. So that should get us into this spot regardless, but we're still going to be nice anyways to increase our odds. And that should get us to, like, whatever this scenario is. Alright, let's try this again. So, give them the day off. Antisocial. Leave. May as well go back to bed now, but you don't get to rest very long. Okay! Reset the stage. Okay, so we're not actually getting here. What? There's a little thing here if he's disloyal. Oh, hold on. Best buddy, it seems the trash can has finally responded. Is that too okay?
Oh, what did AI say?
I'm just messing with you. Live. Oh. Hey, I immediately realized I'm just messing with them. I actually thought I offended them because they were just like, didn't need this attitude today, but okay. So it's just like, oh, I'm messing with you. I'm live with Grave RN. Oh, dang.
What happened?
No, just AI is apparently not in the best headspace for that today. So while they know I'm joking, I didn't know. I shouldn't have done this.
Oh, that might have been my bad.
Dang, I feel bad now.
Don't feel bad. You didn't know.
Yeah, you could.
I should have said something. I should have said something.
Alright. Okay, so we're gonna let this... Try this one more time. We're gonna grant them the day off. Antisocial. Everything around is being on fire. Wait, the hero didn't get to us.
Weird.
Reset the stage. Yeah, nothing's changed.
Is the underling cowardly?
I set them to be.
What if you do it through the underling's perspective? It's like when you're about to assassinate the underling chickens out.
I mean, if I click here, I can see different pathways entirely. Whoa. So what are the endings? Oh my goodness, there's 5? Am I actually missing 5 endings to the underling? Yeah, I am. So we're missing an ending, so we need a... Okay, so let's see. Probably we're just missing like the straightforward one here. So begins a story, granted a day off.
I'll be right back.
Brings the main to the castle. And let's see. Then we be disloyal. Antisocial. Okay, so we're gonna try doing things from this little guy's perspective. So we gotta make sure that we have an antisocial and obedient maiden. Antisocial, obedient. Okay, so we got that going for us. Is there any specifics for the hero here? Apparently there should be, but that should be fine. One ending will take us down to the Lord ending again. Goodness gracious, this is complicated. So skip. Tell her to quit yelling. So let's see. Speak the slang language. We've seen this before. One's wake you up. One's. So we need to pick disloyal here. Friends outside the castle. Talk more about the plan. Alright. So what happens if I choose chicken out here? You want to kill her, you can't go through with it. Turn to leave the room, but your friends find you blocking. The way of testing your loyalty, you tell them this is pretty fucked up and ask again to be let out. The Overlord stirs in her bed while your head is turned. The demons shut the door. You scramble to the Demon Lord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this. Survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Light flickers at your feet. It doesn't take you long to figure out the blaze. They've set the room on fire. Here, the Overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. Oh, that's sad.
Very sad.
Poor little buddy.
What the hell? I feel bad for them.
So what ending was that? Fails to assassinate the Overlord and burns with her. Okay, so that's this ending. So this was... How did I get here, though?
I'm back.
Tyrant behavior... Weird. Welcome back. We're trying to desperately figure out how to get some of these endings, because I am trying to understand how these dialogue trees particularly work out. Yep,
I
this
think
is...
we should look up a guide.
Screw guides, I'm not doing that.
Well, what about? I keep saying, what about when the underling's about to murder the Overlord? The underling chickens out.
Yeah, I actually just did that. The other demons don't let him out of the room. He climbs into the Overlord's closet and then burns to death with her.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out which ending. Let's see, because I think that... Yeah, it's this one right here. That's where he's a coward and disloyal. So, this is where he brings the maid to the castle, returns to the castle, does this. So we need... Gets involved in the plot. We have an antisocial at... an obedient one, and somehow we need... This is if the hero is diplomatic, so we need to make sure he's not that. Oh, that's why. Okay. Hold on. So let's set him to be all of this. Alrighty. Let's see how this goes now. So we cannot eat her, otherwise this leads to our death. Because we need her to go to the castle. As you're awakened by sounds of battle, you emerge from your room to find a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk!
Ooh.
Okay, let's avenge our fallen comrades so we can just get a death ending, a bad ending. What does this guy think he is? Coming here, killing everyone like some maniac. What did we ever do to him? You launched at him while he's busy driving a sword into the guard who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kind of down. Oh, that's so sad!
Okay, this is just breathtaking now.
Got that right. You like that guard. You wish all your demon heartless heroes suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing his flesh and bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there is no pain, only retribution. More of your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades. The hero is overtaken. Your army is won. You have earned your rest. Oh, damn.
Oh damn.
Let's see that. What does that one guess? Stays loyal, pays with their life. Okay, that's a faithful ending. That's how we get that. I see. Well, hold on. Now we've done that, we have to see things from the Overlord's perspective. Does that change anything? Or do we... Oh, should we say he's the hero?
Ooh, hero.
Choose hero.
Hero, you think that's a swell guy. So he's not diplomatic. He is heroic and dutiful. Aha! Wait, hold on. I have to back up. This is new. On your way home to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back toward the village. She couldn't have come to the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. She runs from you for some reason. You wonder what that's all about, but then you remember you're covered in demon blood. Not wanting to look like a crazy person chasing after her or anything, you nonchalantly walk back to town. As you walk past town square, you notice the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? She's bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. The smoke begins to rise, and you stand idly by as flames consume the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that. You decide to call it a day or two. Oh gosh, this is not the same ending I was expecting. Okay, I have a plan now. We do this one more time. We have to be... We have to feel like a coward a little bit so we can see the maiden going home and then walk by her. Approach with curiosity, ask the maiden what she's doing. She doesn't know the Overlord's castle is like right there. It's dangerous. The maiden explains she spoke to the Overlord. Turns out demons never had diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Oh, there's two.
Trusting?
Oh, that's new. I don't think I've seen trusting before. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you, even though her story is kind of hard to believe. You should trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. Townspeople must be informed about this immediately. Two of you return to the village have been so worried they praise you for your bravery. Villagers look to you for explanation. You politely in front of them. It isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or anything of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle on how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her, but placate these fair citizens. You volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking about what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. Oh! The Overlord immediately and says they'll keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figure that sounds alright, but this mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. She suddenly takes off running. Oh, you thought the two of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously a liar and a witch from the start. Oh, this is what happens if we're trusting. Yeah, I feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch her and talk to the demons in order to clear this understanding. Oh, this is cool. The air becomes dark and thick as you enter the demon territory. Evil miasma? No, you realize it's just normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she stopped in her tracks. The Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You had only taken an eye off the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. Oh. She could have been lying to you all along. Was this a trap? Would it be worth risking your life on that chance? Your legs feel heavy. No, going in there would be suicide. You return to the village and tell them there's nothing you could do. Oh. Dang. Look how many bad endings we've got. Okay, and if we trust, then that... Oh, okay. I see. And there's two endings we can get from here. So we'll go back, we'll do this one more time from his perspective. So we have to flee like a coward. Approach with curiosity. Can't be trusted. This leads us to our death. Take your time walking home. Job well done today. Wait. You're nice, though, you think. But the evil comes in all forms, you reassure yourself. Decide to call it a date. Well, that can't be. Because if we... Do I have to set myself as heroic?
What if...
Let me see. Because if I kill the monsters, she runs away because we're covered in demon blood. Because we can't trust her story. But no, if we do that, she just keeps burning at the stake.
The hell?
That's so strange. Anyways, I think we've played enough tonight. It's been over 2 hours. And I am getting tired. So we will continue this tomorrow. Well, okay, actually, no, we won't. Tomorrow I'll play some Mech Builder. And then on Wednesday, I'll go build actual model kits. But this was a great game to play. I thoroughly had fun. What about you two?
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind trying to commit to the dialogue tree to figure out how to get the other endings sometime. Meantime, let's see who is live and who we should raid in on, shall we? Let's see.
We shall.
Gremlin Squad is playing Project Zomboid right now. Let's see. Evie Silkus is playing some Pokemon Legends ZA. Oneko Tiago is playing Little Gator Game. A woman called Cake Game Lady is playing Amanda the Adventurer 2. Let's see. Is there anyone else? Shoka the Orca is playing Peak. My friend Damie is playing some Minecraft. I'm time between raiding on Gremlin Squad and raiding my friend Damie, because it's been a while since I've seen him. I'm gonna do Damie, it's been a while. It's me, Damie. Alright, so please go give my friend Grave a follow, because he deserves it. He's my best buddy. And, this is my...
I'm here too.
Yes, this is my peasant ref.
Thank you.
I will see you all in the
If you're
future.
your mod.
Do either two of you want to say something before I end?
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I enjoyed sharing this experience with you.
Watch out, Mon.
And thank you all, my peasants. So, hi AI, is this a visual novel? It's kind of like one.
Kinda, sorta, maybe.
Legs are heavy. Smoke on his cape already. Mom spaghetti. Anyways, I'll see you all tomorrow. Please take care. Your princess says good night.
Deuces.